this is a start of a video I'm going to try to do, hopefully every couple of days. We'll see. But this video is a kind of update on collection stuff. So, crap, where did I begin? A lot of stuff has happened since the last video. Marvel Legends, Megalotics. There's a Revoltech Darth Vader up there, which I will talk about, and there's some plush stuff over there. That's most of the collection. I do some other stuff, random stuff. So I still have some Transformers laying around. Not very many, about 10 or 11. But what I'm gonna do is I actually am going to collect G1 figures. There's some I still want to go ahead and go get. I've handled quite a few of them, and I think they're worthy of me having on a shelf for a number of years. So there's that. I'm gonna start talking about the Marvel Legends stuff. I got basically caught up. I started off buying the Juggernaut wave, and the first figure I got was Deadpool. He is, I don't know if you can see him, he's next to Wolverine on the third shelf down to the left. Wolverine's right here. It's like right here. But I do have two. There's another one right there, right where my finger is. I got that incomplete a couple of weeks. Last week I found one in a box of Marvel Legends figures that were cheap, and it was missing a few accessories, but mostly just swords, that rifle, the shotgun, that's it, and a pistol. Yeah, and then that's it. You had the bazooka with the punching bag, the extra head, the taco, a gun, the knife. So that's fine enough. I have a complete one, so it's cool. I wanted one mostly to pose like holding two tacos with the unmasked head, which I do. He's sitting over there. Let's see. So yeah, I started off with the X-Men wave. I got that whole wave. I completed Juggernaut. By the builder figures in my shelf, you can kind of figure out what I actually have. Then after that, I got, let's see, I only got half of the Dormammu wave, but I got pieces from local collectors. I know quite a bit of local collectors, and so I trade and deal with that and stuff. And it's nice. There's every month, the Facebook group of locals that I have has a meeting, and we go to this really cool restaurant, and we get a private area, and we have like a little toy convention. It's cool, and you can like order food and stuff. It's really sweet. That's where I picked up the Revoltech Darth Vader. I got that for $30, and it's a $65 figure. So I figured, what the hell? It's $30. I'm not ever gonna find it that cheap ever. Probably like ever. So let's see how cool this figure is. It's pretty freaking cool. I will take it and show it off here at some point. And then, let's see, what else did I get? I got Odin Series Thor, because I couldn't find him, and I wanted to get him before I started trying to find all the figures for the wave, because I already had Scarlet Witch, so might as well try to complete the wave. I got the two hardest figures to find. And that's the thing, if I find the harder to find figures, what I'm going to end up doing is if I can find them first, and then get the rest, that's the way to do it, because then I don't have to hunt around for, Deadpools and Spider-Gwens and Venoms and Thor, Scarlet Witch, the movie Scarlet Witch from Abomination Wave. You got Yeah. As far as the Red Skull right wave, Scourge and Taskmaster were the two that were harder to find for me. They're around everywhere now, but at first they were pretty difficult to find around here in the Ohio. So yeah, so let's see. Got that. I got the Absorbing Man wave. I got the what am I looking up here for? I can look over there and just tell you. And then I got the whole Odin wave. I got Hulkbuster, Rhino. I found the Rhino wave actually up in the storage at a comic book store. And since I've been going there for years, he lets me go in the attic and check out like the inventory and the vault of all the figures that he hasn't put out on the pegs yet until he gets room, so I get to see like what was up there. Tons of Marvel Universe, so if I ever get the Marvel Universe bug to get some of them figures, oh boy, I'm gonna go there. I probably will, just to get some of the ones I really liked. Some of my favorite characters. But that's it. I'm not gonna have 130 of them like I did the last time. I hope. So I got that. I got the Sandman wave recently, and the Space Venom wave recently. The funny thing about that is I saw the Sandman wave, all at Toys R Us. What was it, in December? In the middle of December, like the 15th or something. And I only had about 40 bucks on me, and go to the bank, but the bank was closed. It's on a Sunday, and usually banks close pretty early. And Toys R Us around here likes to have their truck on like the beginning of the week for some reason. So I went in there and I saw the whole wave, and I'm like, well, I probably should get the ones I want the most and the ones that are harder to find. I don't need Miss Marvel because my friend is going to give me the Build-A-Figure piece from his. The Sandman torso, so I won't need to track her down. So I'm like, well, I want Green Goblin. He's the hardest figure to find, most desirable probably in that wave. I'm gonna get him. I want the whole wave basically, but I wanted to get Black Suit Spider-Man too, just because I never had a Black Suit Spider-Man Marvel Legend figure. I never did. I never got one. The Red Hulk one was too much blue shading, and I don't know. I never was a big fan of that body mold, how square it is in some places. It's not terrible on every figure, just on that particular Spider-Man. I wasn't overly thrilled for that one. And then I think it was the Classics one or something, but he had a metallic silver spider, not a white. It just needs to be black and white. It's very matte and very that figure nails it perfectly. The eyes are a little big, but I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. I actually like that. It's fine. So I got those, and then I went over to Walmart across the street, and they had the wave there too, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Again, I already got the figures I was gonna get that day, so I couldn't, go and get them. But I went back there to go see if they'd let me put the Miss Marvel on hold for my friend who was gonna come over there, and it was like an hour or so. And that wave was cleared out. I was gone for 10 minutes. I haven't seen that wave until last week, so where my Walmart stocked when the Walmart stocked I believe it was 2 full cases. So earlier that day I already picked up Jackal at Toys R Us. So, on my way from Toys R Us, I had Jack, and I was like, well, I hope I can find them. I was on my way to the comic store to see if they had them, which they didn't, so that one never, that would have yielded no results. So I'm on my way back, going to Walgreens, and, the Walgreens, I don't check overly that often. It's the other one. There's one there's one up the street by Giant Eagle. It doesn't have anything. That's just peg warmers. There's one over by the new Walmart, a little bit closer to my work. That one is a hit or miss. About 60% of the time it usually has a figure I want. Something like that. And then there's the one by the abandoned mall, which has stuff sometimes. That one's a hit or miss. I'm never usually in that area unless I go to the movie theater. So that's usually a good one to hit after I see a movie, or before, you know. And then the one I'm talking about is on the way. It's between Toys R Us and like closer to my house, and it's that way. I'm probably pointing in all these different directions, but anyway, I went to that one. I'm like, it's funny because I'm thinking of what I'm hunting for. I'm hunting for the Space Venom wave because I've never seen it. I saw it once and I didn't get any of them. I wasn't collecting legends like I am now at that time. So I go back. I go in there, and dude, the first figure I see on that shelf right in the front is Hobgoblin, and I've been looking for Hobgoblin since that wave came out. I had not found him, and I've never had a Hobgoblin. I could never find the Marvel Universe one when I was collecting those, and the Toy Biz Hobgoblin I've seen at the comic store. I was out in Colorado, but they wanted like $60 for him, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't pay $60 for a figure, especially that I already had Green Goblin, so it was kind of like buying a repaint almost. Even though I like the figure and the character and all, it's just I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to spend that $60 on that. So needless to say, I kind of was like, oh my god, what the hell is this doing here? And I'm holding them like Electro. These are the two I want most out of the wave. And I'm like, okay. Do they have the whole wave here? They did. They restocked the whole wave. It's one of each, and then two of the Ultimate Spidey. And I already got Ultimate Spidey because I found him randomly at Walmart a few months ago. And I'm like, hey, it's Spider-Man. I need a Spider-Man. That was before I found Pizza Spider-Man for $20 at the old toy store up in the fun part of town. And I also found Red Daredevil and a Toy Biz Beast, and I paid like $30 because I paid like 40 or $50, but I've been going there for so long that I get good deals locally at the comic store and the old toy shop because I've been collecting for at least almost 20 years now, and I've been to these places when I was a kid trying to collect stuff. So anyway, I found that whole wave, and I kind of bought them all, and I'm like, holy crap, I found this wave. I wasn't gonna buy the whole wave really, but it was there in front of me, and I'm like looking at these Space Venom pieces, like this guy looks sweet. I haven't read any of the comics of him yet, but I love Venom, so I figured, what the hell, I should just go ahead and get these figures, and they're sweet, and it's cool because it's like having all these figures and all these characters I don't know that much about. It makes me want to go and read comics, and I have neglected reading comics for a long time. I should. It's just the money I have to spend to read these comics, man. I want to make sure they're good. So I hope to pick up some comics here in the next couple of months. But anyway, that happened, and I saved. At that point, I only need 3 figures in the Sandman wave. So I think 2 days came by, and I went over to to Walmart, the new Walmart, and they restocked 2 full cases of the Spider-Man wave, and I'm like, wow, this is what I was looking for. I'm all caught up now. And I bought the Spider-Man 2099, the Shocker, and Spider UK. So I have those figures as well. And Sandman's pretty cool. I really like him. The toy show that I have for him though has a scratch. So I don't have the Miss Marvel figure, and if I see her, I'll get it. I don't have the figure, and I need another torso piece that doesn't have a scratch. And also I have other figures in the wave, in previous waves that she's featured with in the comics. So if I read the comics, and then I'm gonna want the figure. See where I'm going here. But if I don't ever find it, I'm not gonna be really upset because I have Sandman. So that's the kind of mentality I got. I gotta try not to let it bother me when I can't find stuff, because I know so many locals and I deal with so many other collectors. Finding things shouldn't be as hard as it used to be. At least not here. So it's nice. I feel like I'm learning and I wouldn't say growing up, but I don't know, becoming wise or something with age. I'm not old. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25 in a month. I'm not old, but you boy, when I start getting closer to 30, I'm gonna start feeling weird. It's getting weird. As I'm gonna get older, it doesn't. You don't think about it until you actually start realizing, oh, I graduated high school 7 years ago. What the hell? Like, you know, but yeah. So let me go ahead and go grab this Vader and make sure this video doesn't. Because this video is gonna be 30 minutes long. Usually, I'm gonna find a name for these videos. Actually, I'm gonna name it Porter's Toy Talk again, because I want to bring that back. But that's what's going on. 17 minutes of me telling you these stories and stuff, and how everything's going. So I think this is some well-needed update on everything. Not a lot of people are gonna watch my videos, and that's fine. Whoever does, thanks. I like sharing my nerdy stuff with other nerds, so, and I take that as a term of endearment. There's nothing wrong with it. You gotta embrace it. You gotta own that shit, man. You gotta own it. Alright, so I got Vader here. I got all of his little accessories here in the bag, because I don't want to end up losing them, and I try to keep everything organized. Have that plastic little shelves in there with parts and stuff in them, and I try to make sure I keep everything in the same place so I don't end up losing anything, because if I ever resell anything ever, and it's good to have like little bags and stuff, whatever. But I got a extra figure art stand that I'm not using, and I have that plugged into Vader, because that's the one thing this one was missing, was the rest of the stand. But that doesn't bother me, because I have this. I don't have that clasp anymore. This was from, actually no, this was from one of the 3-packs. My buddy gave me one of the stands, because I gave him like $5. And this is the pose I have Vader in. Let's see if you can actually, pose this stinking thing well. And I gotta see, the thing with this webcam is like when you try to focus on something, I gotta turn the lens and so you'll see my fingers. But yeah, there's Vader and his lightsaber. Yeah, cool pose. Took me. Now this is my first Rebel Tech figure. It took me a few minutes to get this thing to, you know, pose. But yeah, let me put the webcam down here so we can get into some of this. Okay, now I got this big stinking light on so you can actually see the figure, but yeah, there you go. And like I don't have the stand plugged into him because hey, the backs of his cape are articulated. Now this cape is all articulated, which is really cool. With my first Rebel Tech figure, I gotta kind of mess with the joints, kind of get a feel for it and how it moves. It's very poseable. Most of the Rebel Tech joints have, if you're familiar with them, they have ratchets. So like the big one that's in his waist is, you can hear it, and like you can pull them apart too, and I don't know, have a bust if you want, I guess. I mean, there you go. But they're made to do that, you know. I always thought that was pretty cool. His helmet comes off, the top piece does. It's so. And but that's it. He does have some cool painting of scars and such back here, which is gonna be fun for me trying to show you because, you know, yeah, but yeah, see. As far as the paint and the detail of this figure, though, it is pretty sweet. His articulation is pretty great. The thing is, though, is that his arms don't go up or really forward at first. Since this is my first Rebel Tech figure, I actually had to mess with the joints, and I got him to do that. Alright. But I mean, you know, Vader doesn't really do that. He doesn't. You have his arms all the freaking way up and do stuff like that. As long as I can get him to put his arms forward like this, or some like force choking or lightning or something. Because I have some lightning effect pieces. I have one on Thor actually, but if I ever wanted to pose him with him, you know, I can do that. But yeah, I mean, he's got ankle pivot, he's got toe joints, there's a great range and motion in these, and you can hear him ratcheting, so, and like it, he can actually have his arms crossed the way these joints are. It's just, you gotta kind of be careful with him because I don't want to snap any of these joints, but you know, start messing with them, and see now, that's why. And the cape is articulated too. Cape's a little fun to mess with. The things you're going to be careful with though is with the side pieces of his skirt connect here, and the top pieces right here on his shoulders where these pieces connect. You need to be careful with that because those are pegged in and will not come out really. The skirts do, these do not. Don't try to take them out, you might rip them and break it. So yeah, be careful with that. Now go ahead and put him over here, and then I can show you this stuff he comes with. total of 6 hands. He's got the open one he has now, and then the gripping hand for the lightsaber for the right hand. He also has a left open hand, what is this? No, that's a right open hand, my bad, and then a left gripping hand. So each, and then 2 fists in case you just want him to stand there and or I don't know, punch Luke in the face. Yeah, go ahead, you can do that if you want. And he comes with an unignited lightsaber. And there's a peg right. Well, you can't see it. And there's a peg like right here that you can put his lightsaber in if you want to. Now I want to show you the box. The box is pretty cool. There's some cool star space stuff in the back of the box behind the clamshell. There was no instructions in here, and I don't know if they actually have instructions for their figures, or if I just didn't get one when I bought this. I bought this from a local collector at the meet, so he said the stand was missing, but I'm not, or one piece of the stand was missing, so that's unfortunate, but I have that stand. But as you can see from the back of the box, he's got his arms crossed right there, really sweet, and then some dynamic poses. In all these poses, his arms aren't really forward, they're down in that pose. And you see how the cape is articulated back to look like it's flying, closing with his face, and just standing there. And then him, a little forward like I had it, in a similar position. Here's the accessories. That clear piece, though, it's a stand that I don't have all the pieces to. I'm missing out a piece of that. But then, you see the ignited lightsaber, unignited lightsaber, the open hands, the gripping hands. And he has the fisted hands shown because they're on the figure, I think, initially. He has that cool pose, too. And then, Star Wars, Darth Vader, series number 1. I believe this is the first one that Revoltech made. Figure complex, all that stuff. It says Darth Vader in almost every point. And then you have here warnings and such. These are all in Japanese, and I can't read them. So, probably gotta look that up to see how to translate this into English, but there you go. That's this figure. I want to get the Boba Fett now and the Stormtroopers. I want 2 Stormtroopers and a Boba Fett. Dang it. And I don't even think they made a Luke or anything yet. So I think they made R2 and maybe C-3PO. But these are cool. I wanted a really, really nice Darth Vader, and the Black Series figure was nice, but I didn't know. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. And I think this figure fits that description. I want to try out the other 2, the Mayfix one and the Figure Arts one, to see which Vader is the better Vader, and I will probably own all 3, or at least get rid of the ones that I don't like as much, but I don't know. This one's pretty cool, but it is also the first one I've handled. Would I recommend getting this? Is $65, and if you're familiar with Revoltech, I would. I would get it because you know what you're doing. You know what you're getting into. His arms are, not being able to go up or anything, really. I mean, they can, granted, but they don't, you see, they don't really go there. You gotta kind of mess with the joint a little bit to have it up, and it has to kind of be like that, and it's okay. I mean, it's not really anything to complain about, because Vader doesn't really make, and he doesn't really have crazy poses. If you want crazy poses out of Vader, that's not movie accurate, really. I feel like him being a little limited would be movie accurate because of the the armor up top on his shoulders, and how bulky the cape is. So it's not a whole big problem. He looks really cool, and for the price that I paid for mine, I'm very happy about it. And even if I get the Figure Arts one or any other Vader, I probably will still keep this just because I got it for so cheap. So yeah, I need to get the rest of them though, because I think those would just complement this figure. Plus I like Boba Fett a lot too, and Stormtroopers. So, oh yeah, the dark side, it is nice. And they have cookies, so it's always that to look forward to, now isn't there?